Hello, you guys. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today, I'm making a new recipe I've never tried before, and a friend of mine gave it to me. It's called apple core jelly. In here, I have 20 pounds of apple cores. Well, this isn't 20 pounds of apple cores. It's the cores from 20 pounds of apples. Then there are 5 quarts of water. It's okay that they've turned brown. I just got done cutting up 20 pounds of apples and preparing them for like apple butter and such as that. So that's all the cores left from the 20 pounds of apples. Who cares that they've gone brown? If you're picky about brown, you can add lemon juice. I don't happen to have any lemon juice, so for me, it really doesn't matter. It doesn't really bother us. We're throwing away the apple cores when we're done. So, I put the apple cores from 20 pounds of apples in here. Added, like I said, 5 quarts of water. And then I just bring it up to a boil, and we boil all the apple cores until they're literally just falling apart and pure mush. And then we'll strain them and do the next step. So, we'll be back, you guys. Ooh, steamy camera. Okay, now that it's all boiled down into pure mush, let me show you. It like completely mushes down. We're going to turn it off and let it sit and cool for a little bit. And then we'll strain it and get started on our apple core jelly. We'll be back, you guys. Okay, so now it's all nice and cooled. We're going to take the apple cores, strain them in this cloth. Yes, the cloth is dirty, but we use the cloth for apple butter. It was made out of the meat and the skins of the good parts of the apple, so it won't hurt it at all to use this cloth to strain all the juice out of the apple cores for our apple core jelly. So we're gonna strain it through the cloth and get just the juice out of the apple cores for our apple core jelly. We'll be back, you guys. We boiled all of our apple cores. I strained all of the apple cores, and now we're getting ready to mix. Now, as you know, if you've seen my videos before, we are a low sugar family. We do not like a lot of sugar. This kind of looks like a lot of sugar, but it's actually only 2.5 cups of sugar. And we're going to be mixing it to all the apple core juice we have, which came out to about 10 cups. There's 2.5 cups of sugar. And there's 8 cups. And there's 2 cups. Now, there's a wide misconception that, oh, you can only do 6 cups at a time. That is if you are using store-bought pectin. I do not use store-bought pectin. I only use homemade pectin. And since this is apple cores, we don't need pectin, because pectin is all over in the apple juice. So 10 cups of juice, 2.5 cups of sugar. Again, we are a low sugar family. So, and turn this on, medium low. I have numbers, so I'm going to 6, and then we just mix it up and start the boiling process. Now, you can use a thermometer. In a lot of my videos, in a lot of my earlier videos, I have used thermometers to show people approximately the temperature you need. But if you've been doing jams and jellies as long as I have, you really get used to the whole sheeting and what it looks like when it comes off of a spoon, instead of just rolling off and pouring off like that does. That's obviously not sheeting. Oh, I'm not even on the screen. See how that just literally falls right off? If it was sheeting, it would slowly come off, and then any drips would come together, and it would look like it falls off your spoon, like pulling a sheet off your bed. So, I don't use thermometers when I do my boiling. I have used them in the past for videos to show people approximate temperatures. You want approximately 215 to 235, depending upon the type of jam or jelly you have. Jellies need a higher temperature, jams need a lower temperature because of the fruit in them, if you're doing homemade pectin or no pectin. Since this is apple, I don't need any pectin, and it'll be about 230 degrees if you're using a thermometer. But like I said, I don't in general use thermometers because I've been making my own, well, there goes the spoon. I've been making my own jams and jellies for over 5 years now, so I don't use thermometer. I've only used it to show people in the videos how to bring your stuff up to temperature. So we're just gonna let this boil. I'm gonna dig my spoon out and we're gonna let it go, and we'll bring you back so I can show you what the rolling boiling process looks like, and then I'll bring you back again to show you when it's a little thicker, and then I'll bring you back again when we're at the sheeting process, the sheeting step, so you can see what it looks like coming off the spoon. But for now, I'm gonna pause you. I'm gonna dig my spoon out, and I'm gonna keep letting it boil. So, we'll be back, you guys. Alright, guys. I didn't get a chance to film the middle section because children came home and wanted after school snacks. But this is the end. As you can see, a good 2/3 of it has boiled down. We're at a dark golden color. I have skimmed off foam. Let's see here. It's still at drippy status, and it'll always, no matter how much you boil it down and getting it to the sheeting, it'll stay at drip status, but it's the look of the drip. And I can tell you right now, I probably need another 3 to 5 minutes of boiling because it's just a little too drippy to be sheeting. You'll be able to notice the difference when it's actual sheeting. It's starting to get close. You see how it's sliding off the back of the spoon in more of a uniform shape rather than a complete just sliding off dripping. It's coming off in more of a uniformed cohesion. That's getting close to it sheeting. So we're gonna let it boil for a couple more minutes. It's maybe got 3 to maybe 5 more minutes of boiling before it's actual jelly. So that's what we're gonna do. You want to make sure that as it's boiling, you're stirring it really well. And when you stir it, you'll notice that it foams up more and then calms back down. So we want to keep letting it go, keep letting it boil, and we'll be back. Alright, you guys, I can tell you right now, just by looking at this, it's been 3 minutes since the last recording. I can tell you right now, just by looking at this and by stirring it, you see that massive foaming that's going on? And then you pull it out, and you see the different type of, you see how it comes off in a full sheet there.
Yes.
That is sheeting. The jelly is done. We turn it off. We let it cool for 3 to 5 minutes, and then we'll put it in our jars, and then we'll process it, and we'll have really good apple jelly. So, we'll be back once we get it in our jars, and we'll go over the next step. And there we have it, you guys, all dished up into its individual little containers. I baked the jars in the oven on 250 degrees. You actually technically only need 215, but I do 250 for 15 minutes. And as you can see, after 5 minutes, it's already starting to create, see that? A gel. So it's setting good. And then we'll wipe the rims with apple cider vinegar, put the lids on it, put the rings on it, and process it for 25 minutes. We'll be back when all that is done. Oh, I can't breathe. Hello, 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 you guys. Welcome back to my kitchen. This is just a quip. Bleh. Hello, 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 you guys. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today, I'm just doing a quick tip video. Something I learned from my grandma. When you are making homemade apple, well, this is apple jelly, but homemade jelly and using apple pectin. This applies to whether it's apple jelly like I have here, or any kind of jam or jelly or preserve you're making using apple pectin. So homemade pectin as your thickening agent. The tip or trick is, if you're not sure and you don't have a thermometer, so no thermometer, you're just doing it eyeball, trying to figure out whether or not it's sheeting, whether or not it's done, whether or not it's ready. The trick, if you're not sure if it's done, let it boil another 10 minutes. If you think it's done, let it boil another 5 minutes. If you're sure that it's done, let it boil another 2 minutes. Just so you know for sure that it's done. And I can tell you right now, I don't think it's done, because when you make apple jelly this way, just plain old apples, this is actually apple core jelly. I'm making a second batch of it. When you stir it, it'll foam up a lot more than that. And it's also not sheeting off of there, so it's got a ways to go. Probably another 10 minutes of boiling, I'd say. But remember, the tip or the trick to using home pectin and not store-bought pectin, and knowing whether or not your jam, jelly, or preserve is done. If you're not sure if it's done, let it boil another 10 minutes. If you think it's done, let it boil another 5 minutes. If you're sure that it's done, let it boil another 2 minutes. Alright guys, hope that helps. Thanks for coming along, and we'll see you in the next one. And remember everyone, stay positive, because you can figure it out too. Bye! Oh, phone just as I push the button. Hang on guys. I hate those fake phone calls. Alright, so here we go. Maybe not. Hang on again, you guys. Alright, this time seriously, I promise. Here we go. So,